Welcome, everyone. We are on week 6. So after this week, you have just one more week of the block. As we look over what we'll be covering, our focus is on resourcefulness and self-advocacy. So how we can look for different resources, as we look at our lesson, you're looking at yourself as the greatest resource. And once we know that, like it says here, of all the resources on the earth, by far the most important one is you. So knowing that once you have that knowledge and understanding, then looking at other additional resources that can help you succeed. And there are some different categories. There's the technical resources, academic resources listed, even spiritual resources. So read from Elder Bednar about that. And then we move into self-advocacy. And looking at that is someone that pleads the case for someone else or supports someone for a certain cause. And if you are pleading for yourself, you're a self-advocate. So in doing so, when you're in your education, it will be important to be an advocate for yourself. And we'll look at different ways that you can practice this self-advocacy through communication, whether it's through email. And when you do so, making sure that you're assertive and looking at these different communication styles. So read and learn about each of those and trying to be more assertive when you are communicating. And there's examples of it goes from not as good all the way up to even better way to have that assertiveness when you communicate. And then once you've gone through that lesson, the devotional for this week will be a new one. It will be released on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Once it is after 4 o'clock on Tuesday, you can watch it at any time before your gathering. And then with your next steps, if you have not, with us being in week 6, if you have not started your application, you need to start this week. You'll take the survey where you indicate whether or not you have started your application or even got into some different parts of your application. If you are stuck and can't move forward in your application, please email me so we can make sure we get that taken care of. And with your application activity, you are identifying some different resources that you have available to you. So when you click on that document, it will pull up. Consider some challenges that you might face as an online student. So not just any challenge, but a challenge as a student. Consider what resources that you can use to face that challenge. It gives some different ideas and examples. What you'll do is look here. They have included for you 3 different challenges that you might face as a student. And you need to add 2 more. If you want to add more than that, there are extra spaces, but for sure, you need to make sure you add 2 additional challenges to the ones they have provided. Once you have those at least 5 challenges, you consider what is an online resource that will help me face that challenge? What is a local resource that will help me address that challenge? And that yellow part I have highlighted, how will it help me? Make sure if you identify an online resource that will help you, any computer trouble you run into, if you have a friend or relative, an online that would be more maybe a local resource or online resource. Maybe you have a friend across the world that's really good with computers. You can do FaceTime with that friend to discuss some of your problems, meet in a Zoom room. If that's what you are doing, identify how that's going to help you. Here is my online resource, and they will help me by what is it that they'll do to help you. Make sure you include that because that is part of your scoring on the rubric. Then you have a reflection section where you just have to answer those 2 questions about what resources did you learn about that you feel might be most helpful to you as a student. So this will be important to identify since you have future schooling that you will continue. And why is it good for online students to be good at finding help when they need it? Why is that important? That we identify where and when we can get that help. Make sure you complete all of that and then you can upload it. So that is our application activity. You have your student evaluation of instructor. I posted this as an announcement and discussed it in my last video, but there was an error by the curriculum design team in how that last student evaluation of instructor was titled Even though it said week 5, it was actually in week 4. It's supposed to be week 4. So if you didn't get a chance to fill that out or complete that, for sure, make sure you do it here. It just gives you an additional 1 point. But what I love is it gives me feedback and allows me to see what things I can do or refine to better help my students, even next semester and the rest of this semester. So I love reading through that and always trying to improve. So thanks for your help with that. And it'll be a wonderful second to last week of the course. So let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Have a wonderful week, everyone.